CSGO is a game with a lot of issues, but can Valve fix it? Let's talk about that. Hey, what's up boys, it's Turbo here and welcome to a new style of video, and make sure to stay tuned and sub with the bell icon because I have so much fresh content for you guys every Wednesday and Friday. And of course, drop a like because it helps the video get into the algorithm. Anyways, let's go. Turbo, you've already made this video, but I wanted to make one more to raise awareness because I want the game to be the best it can be for everybody, and I'm doing it for the people. So if you agree with what I have to say, share the video with your friends, spread the word. Fellow gamers, if we all stand together, we can get the game that we all deserve.
We're gonna make CSGO great again.
Alright, all that aside, CSGO is an incredible game. I've sunk over 6,500 hours and I just can't get enough of it. But it does have a few major issues that really do drive people away. First of all, the anti-cheat just doesn't work as it should. Sure, it does ban an insane amount of cheaters every month, but it doesn't get all of them. There are some cheaters who found ways around it, so they're basically undetectable and they can continue to ruin the days of their victims. On top of that too, Overwatch, Valve's attempt at giving the community the tools to spectate and potentially ban cheaters, hasn't been working lately. Remember that one time when I did 69 Overwatch cases and only 2 of them got banned despite most of them literally spin botting? Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. Since then, Valve hasn't even attempted to update it to make it more effective. But aside from cheaters, the game has an even bigger problem, and that's the fact that the regular vanilla online experience is pretty outdated. After all these years, they haven't even made an attempt to update the servers to 128 tick, which would make a big difference. And so for all the people who are going to say like, you can't tell the difference between 64 and 128 tick, that is blatantly wrong. Like maybe if you're a turtle and you can only see it 30 frames a second, it would be hard to tell a difference. But if you play on a moderately decent PC with a high refresh rate monitor, the difference is night and day. Smoke lineups are different, sprays are different, and the game is just overall slower and more sluggish. Like playing quickly and going for those quick, thick flicks is way less consistent. So you're basically rewarded for playing slow and not making plays, which makes the game less fun. Think about it this way, with 128 tick, the servers update twice as fast, so you have more opportunities to make quick plays and hit those precise headshots. It's a lot like comparing a 60Hz monitor to a 144Hz one. It refreshes basically twice as fast, giving you a more fluid experience. On top of that too, it's also what the pros play at because it's the most competitive version of the game. They're the best servers for competition. The only way to really play competitive on 128 tick is to use third-party services like Faceit or ESCA, but honestly, ESCA is kind of dead, but Faceit, dude, oh yeah. But why don't they just add that support natively to the game so everybody can experience it right from the time they start playing? Because at the moment, because of the tick rate and the cheating epidemic, the entire ranking system is completely meaningless in-game. Like, the only ranks that really matter are the Faceit ranks. Like, if you're a rank 10, you're genuinely a good player, but if you're a global elite, you could be a cheater, you could have gotten boosted. It's not the version of the game that pros know and love. Now, there is one reason why they haven't made the change, and that is the fact that a lot of people who play CS play on potato PCs from the 1990s, and the game just wouldn't be playable at 128 tick. But does that really mean everybody else with a good PC should be punished? I think not. Honestly, they just have to optimize the game better. I don't personally like the game Valorant mainly because of the abilities, the maps, and the weapons. The game is less about aiming ability and more about just cheesing the other team, but CS genuinely has a lot to learn from it. Because the fact that from day one, they had a much better anti-cheat 128 tick servers across the board, those two things combined made the ranking system actually meaningful where your rank actually matters. When you're playing matchmaking, you get the exact same experience as the pros. They basically took a few of the biggest problems that CS had and fixed them, but I mean, it's not Counter-Strike, so it never felt right. For me, nothing can beat the experience of Counter-Strike, and I'm only criticizing the game because I want it to improve and I want it to be the best version of it can be. Because I just want to be able to hop on matchmaking, play a couple games, have a good time, and get that same experience that the pros get because it's just so much more fun, so much more competitive. Everything about it is just way better. So anyways though, here is my solution. So they need a full comprehensive update package. Source 2 with some much needed optimizations would be amazing. And obviously they need to fix Go TV so it's actually responsive and it actually works properly. That'd be pretty cool too. Obviously though, that would lay the groundwork to bring everybody to 128 tick without the game running like a slideshow on potato PCs. They would also need to update the game's anti-cheat to have harsher punishments for cheaters, and of course it would have to be more effective. I wouldn't even be opposed to the Valorant system where when cheats are detected, it ends the game right there on the spot and lets everyone know, like, hey, a cheater was caught. Basically, just bring the pro, most streamlined experience to the masses instead of splitting it into two completely different games. Like, Valve is making hundreds of millions of dollars a year off of us buying skins, opening cases, so the least they could do is let us play the game in the way that it was meant to be played and not some dumbed down version. But until then, all we can do is just deal with it and play Face It, or jump into the 64-tick trenches and hope not to get queued against spin botters. All we can really do at this point is wait for Valve to step in and do something. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and of course share the video if you enjoyed it, because it helps the channel a lot. And I hope you have a safe rest of your day. And for anybody who watched until this point, hey, you're pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's Turbo, and I'm out. I love you guys. Peace.